Everyone, this is day 5 of opening up in lockdown. So if you've made it this far, then you've listened to me bang on for quite some time now. So thank you for sticking with me for this. Yesterday was about goals and about progression on those goals, using the GROW model, writing it down. Goal, what do we want? Reality, where are we right now? Opportunities and obstacles, what do we need to get past to get us where we want to be? And then what next? What's the 1%? What's the thing that's going to push that ball and get it rolling in the right direction for us? And what the goals are is going to be completely different for all of us. I'm certainly not saying that we all need to be doing life-altering stuff every week and pushing ourselves all the time. It's not about that. But was there things that you started to identify yesterday? You know, I told you my story in the hope that it could give these concepts a bit of credibility because it is working for someone that you know. But it might be just that, are you dodging a conversation you need to have? Are you, is there a course that if you enrolled in it, it would just get that ball rolling in the right direction? For me, I decided I was going to ring up and get some CBT for the anxiety, and I still put it off for weeks, and my girlfriend saying to me, have you rung them yet? And it's like, no, I will. But until I wrote it down and wrote the number down and set myself a date that I was going to do it by, then it was like a written contract with myself. For me, it's harder to break something like that than it is if you've just got these ideas bouncing around. So give it a go yourself. It might work for you. I hope it does. You don't have to wait to feel better to do some of these things. You don't have to wait till you've got more time or energy. Thomas Edison said, everything comes to he who hustles while he waits. And I love it, the quote. He was a terrible sexist, clearly, was old Tom. But that idea that it gives us permission, to work on stuff, work on us, even while we might not be feeling right or the opportunities aren't coming up for us. There's nothing to stop us. So hustle while you wait. Today we're going to talk about something that might get in the way of that hustle, and it's procrastination. I think everyone probably does it to different degrees, and I think, I've been terrible with it over the years. I mentioned a little bit about Imposter Syndrome and toxic shame the other day. Now, I'm not going to go into it because I'm still not brilliant at explaining it. I'll post some links and stuff, but reading them and knowing that it's a thing and it exists and there's research on it and it's got a name, all those things are comforting in their own right. They've helped me just come to terms with some of the stuff that I've been going through. But the truth is that these things can breed other things, other hindrances in your life. And for one of them is perfectionism. And perfectionism, counterintuitively, can breed procrastination. I think it's probably along the lines of, it might even be subconscious, but I'm not going to start that because it won't be perfect. Or people might not like that, so I'm not going to put my name to it. I'm not going to finish it. That sort of thing. And it may be subconscious. A lot of us will do that. Oh, I'll do this because I'll get a small boost from this small job, but the big job is still waiting to happen. I did it with these videos. I did it. I knew I wanted to do them. It'd been an idea for a bit, and I just put them off. And so until I was strict with myself, this next one helps you be a bit more strict with yourself, hopefully. So it's a concept called Eat the Frog. It was a book by a guy called Brian Tracy. So you can read a lot more into it. But for me, I just really like the simple concept of eat the frog. The idea being is that if you wake up in the morning and you know you're going to have to eat a frog that day, then it doesn't serve you well sitting looking at the frog. Or having the frog in the corner of the room watching you do everything else, because it will take your attention away from the stuff that you're doing because you know you're going to have to eat it. And by the time you've done all that stuff, you might be too exhausted to eat the frog. So the idea is that you get up in the morning and you eat that frog first. And once you've done that, not only get you the sense of accomplishment, but the rest of the day is your own. And so eat the frog. What's your frog? Hopefully now you're already lining up your frogs for consumption. And if you do have lots of frogs, then it's unfortunate. And the idea is you eat the biggest, hairiest, stinkiest, frog first, and then you move down the line. So it's helped me. I'll post some links about it. Think about what your frogs are. Think about how great you'd feel if you chomped down on those tasty frogs. Okay, so if you're not sure of what your frogs are, there's something else called the Eisenhower Matrix. President Eisenhower invented this concept. Obviously he was very busy, and so he got all of his tasks onto 4 quadrants. And if you're like me, I make loads of lists. I've always got loads of tasks going on, and so this has helped me categorize what those tasks and how I'm spending my time. So box 1, urgent and important tasks. You can't dodge them. They're life critical. I've got to get to work on time. I've got the kids to get up and get them to school. There's a fire I need to put out. You can't dodge them. Hopefully you don't have too many, because it'd be a very stressful existence if you do. Box 2, not urgent, but important. So this is the stuff that we're talking about. This is goals. This is long-term personal development. This is, working on you, growth. And so arguably we should be spending most of our time in box 2. We've then got box 3. That's urgent and not important. So the stuff that gets in the way of our box 2, really, for me, I think. So it's like phone calls. Your phone's ringing. Is it important? Do I need to answer it? Will they call me back? Will they leave me a message? Notifications. It's just right there. It's urgent. I'll just click that. Oh, it's only a quick message. I'll reply to that. I've taken myself away, my concentration away. I'm procrastinating from the important stuff in box 2. I've got my notifications fully on at the moment. I want to be contactable during all this. I don't want people to have to wait to get hold of me. But in normal times, is it worth considering turning the notifications off, so that it's a bit of a game changer when you've got to go into an app to find out whether you've got a notification, because you're just ridding yourself of that little bzz that just takes you away. And then box 4, not urgent or important. This is stuff. Well, Eisenhower would have you delete all those tasks. If it's not urgent or important, what is it on your list for? It doesn't leave much time for things like telly and social media in general. The stuff that maybe some of us do in our leisure time. He was a military man, was Eisenhower, and he was a president, so he didn't have a lot of time for telly and stuff. But for me, I guess telly and films for me goes in box 2, because it's, I make time for it. It's almost meditation for me. It's an hour or 2 to be out of here and somewhere else. And so that's, I'm not saying everybody should be productive all the time by any means. But for me, moving my time from box 3 and 4 into boxes 1 and 2 has meant I've achieved a bit more. I feel when your behaviour and your actions are aligned with your personal development and your goals and your sort of beliefs, there's like a feeling of achievement. There's a well-being there. That there's an effect on your well-being there that I think will exist for all of us. So spend as much time as you want in 3 and 4, but maybe just be conscious of it, and maybe just think about whether or not those tasks can move between boxes. I'll post a link. There's one that you can do online where you can maybe look at the last week and put your things that you've done in boxes, and just having it out there and having a look at it might help a little bit, hopefully. Yes, eat the frog. Decide what's in your box 2, and don't wait. Why wait for the universe to tell you that it's your time to push, or for you to feel better, or and if you do have to wait, then hustle while you wait. If you're happy to, let us know what your frog is. I'd love to hear what your frog is and what you're going to do after watching this video. Otherwise, I will see you tomorrow for a little bit more. Thank you for joining me.